Section 1. Chasing Shadows, the Illusion of Worldly Success. Shalom everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Pastor Sylvester. We live in a world obsessed with success. From a young age, we are taught to strive for achievements that society deems valuable. Big houses, fancy cars, important titles. These are the symbols of success that we are encouraged to pursue relentlessly. But what if true success is not what we've been chasing? What if the things we think will make us happy are actually leaving us empty? What if real fulfillment lies in embracing the opposite of what the world tells us? Could it be that simplicity and contentment are the keys to a richer life? The Bible is full of paradoxes, truths that seem contradictory but reveal a deeper wisdom. These ancient teachings challenge our modern perceptions. These paradoxes challenge our understanding of success and offer a path to a more meaningful life. They invite us to question what we truly value. Join me as we explore these counterintuitive truths. Together we will delve into stories and teachings that have stood the test of time. Let's discover how embracing the opposite of what we think we want can lead us to the life we were meant to live. A life not defined by material wealth, but by inner peace and purpose. A life of true success. One that is measured not by the standards of the world, but by the depth of our joy and the strength of our relationships. Section 2. Finding Strength in Weakness. The paradox of humility, according to Proverbs 15, verse 33. Proverbs 15:33 tells us, "The fear of the Lord is instruction in wisdom, and humility comes before honor." The world tells us to strive for power and recognition, but true strength comes from humility. It is a paradox that in our weakness, we find our greatest strength. Humility is not weakness. It is acknowledging our need for God and others. It is a conscious choice to put others before ourselves, to serve rather than to be served. It is recognizing that we don't have all the answers. In our quest for knowledge, humility allows us to admit our limitations and seek wisdom from those around us. When we are humble, we are open to learning and growing. We become teachable, and our hearts are softened to receive guidance and support. We are able to build genuine relationships. Humility fosters an environment where trust and respect can flourish, allowing for deeper connections with others. We find strength in our dependence on God. This is true success. It is in our surrender that we find victory, and in our humility that we find honor. Section 3. Embracing loss to find true gain. The lesson of Joseph from Genesis chapters 37 to 50. Joseph's story is a powerful example of finding success through adversity. He faced betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment, yet he remained faithful to God. In the end, Joseph's suffering led to a position of power and influence. He saved his family and countless others from famine. He discovered his true purpose. Sometimes our greatest losses lead to our greatest gains. When we trust God's plan, even in the midst of pain, we open ourselves to unexpected blessings. Section 4. The Power of Giving. Unlocking Abundance Through Generosity, from Proverbs 11, verse 25. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed, says Proverbs 11:25. We often think that holding on to our possessions brings security, but true abundance comes from giving. When we are generous, we share God's love with others. We experience the joy of giving. And surprisingly, we often find that our own needs are met in unexpected ways. Generosity is not about money alone. It's about giving our time, our talents, and our love. It's about putting others' needs before our own. Section 5. Proverbs 25:28 tells us, "Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control." We often associate freedom with a lack of boundaries, but true freedom comes from setting healthy limits. Boundaries protect our time, our energy, and our relationships. They help us to live intentionally and avoid burnout. Setting boundaries can be difficult. It requires saying no to some things in order to say yes to what truly matters. But the freedom we gain is worth the effort. Section 6. James 1:4 encourages us to consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. We naturally avoid discomfort, but growth and resilience come from facing our challenges head-on. Challenges test our faith, build our character, and teach us valuable lessons. They make us stronger and more adaptable. When we embrace discomfort, we learn to rely on God's strength. We discover our own inner strength. We emerge from trials transformed. Section 7. In this section, we delve into the profound teachings of surrender and trust. Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it, Jesus tells us in Matthew 16:25. This verse challenges us to rethink our approach to life and control. We often cling to control, trying to manage every aspect of our lives. We believe that by holding on tightly, we can shape our destiny and secure our future. But true peace comes from surrendering to God. Surrendering doesn't mean we stop caring or become indifferent. It means we trust in a higher power. Surrender is not about giving up or becoming passive. It's an active choice to let go of our need to control everything and to place our trust in God's wisdom and timing. It is about acknowledging that God is in control and trusting in His plan for our lives. This trust is built on faith and the understanding that His ways are higher than our ways. When we surrender to God, we find freedom from worry and anxiety. The burdens we carry become lighter as we place them in His hands. We experience the peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace is not dependent on our circumstances, but on our relationship with God. We discover that His plans are far greater than our own. In surrendering, we open ourselves to the abundant life that God has promised, filled with purpose and joy beyond our imagination. Section 8. The path to true success is not always easy. It is often counterintuitive, challenging us to embrace the opposite of what the world tells us. But it is a path worth taking. When we embrace humility, generosity, boundaries, discomfort, and surrender, we discover a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. We find true success, not in the eyes of the world, but in the eyes of God. Let us choose to live the paradox, embracing the counterintuitive truths that lead to a life of true meaning and lasting impact. Let us find our success in Him. Remember, your ability to create the reality that you want is directly determined by your willingness to experience its opposite. Saving money will have you feeling broke, but it actually making you rich. Setting boundaries will have you feeling alone, while you are creating new healthy relationships in your life. Digging up your trauma will have you feeling broken, while is actually healing you. Working out has you feeling weak and tired, while is really make you strong and energetic. Learning something new makes you feel dumb, while is making you more intelligent. Your ability to attain the things that you want is directly correlated with how willing you are to experience it as opposite. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable to truly achieve success. With love, Pastor Sylvester.